Hello, friends. Welcome back. I wanted to check in really fast with you. See, it's past the new year. We all have those goals, that resolution that we're working on. But starting at this point, a few weeks have passed, we start getting into the mindset of maybe next year. Maybe next year I will work on this goal. Maybe, right now is not the right time. I have too many things going on. Life is a little crazy. And I just wanted to give you that guidance and support to keep you going. See, recently I had a client come into the shop. And this client was, a little worried about their win, a little nervous. And, in discussing a little more of how her week had gone, the feedback wasn't the best. She didn't have a great week. She was a little unmotivated. And it was to the point where I was feeling that I had to help her because she was becoming unmotivated and was wanting to quit the process. This happens to a lot of us. You're not the only one. I'm not the only one. We all have these setbacks. We have these moments. And so that's why I wanted us to talk about this today. I want to give you a little bit of insight. I want to remind you why we're focusing on this goal, how we need to keep going about it. But most importantly, the mindset that we need to change, because we can have our mindset change at different points in life throughout the process to where we're really excited, we're motivated, we're gung-ho. Then it starts to slow down. Then we start to become unmotivated. Then we're frustrated with ourselves. And it's like, I'm going to put this on the back burner. And so here is number one. We might have a mentality of all or nothing. Here's where we get into trouble with that. To give you an example, I am going to work out 6 days a week. That is my goal, and I'm going to accomplish it. Well, sometimes that's a little too much for us. As I said before, things can happen. Our week can be derailed. A meeting that you had not expected has just been thrown onto your schedule, and now you've got to prepare for that. So that might mean spending a few more hours preparing for that, researching a little bit more, and that takes away from your gym time. Well, some of us run into trouble with this because if we skip that one day, those 2 days, our thought process starts to change. Well, no, if I cannot go to the gym 6 days a week, I've not succeeded. I've missed my goal. And so when that happens, we start to backtrack on our goal, on our habits, and we start to lose that motivation. And that's what I want to help prepare you with. So instead of looking at it as all or nothing, let's look at it as something to keep us working towards that goal. One little step, one little movement forward. So, okay, you missed 2 days in the gym. That's okay. We're not done with this. What about tomorrow? Once that meeting is done, you've prepared for it, you've knocked it out, you've succeeded. Awesome. Get back to the gym. So I'd like to challenge you to, instead of thinking of that all or nothing, let's just take it day by day, step by step, and do what we can. Because again, that change, that momentum will grow into a habit. Another mindset that I see creeping up after the new year is, this is too hard. See, we had this vision of the new me, the new you that was going to happen. You're going to be better, bigger, stronger. You're just going to be a better version of yourself. But then reality sets in. Well, your own personal reality where you think, no, I wasn't strong enough. I tried to not have that dessert, throughout the week, but I failed. I had dessert, or I tried to make it to the gym. I wasn't strong enough. I wasn't able to succeed at that. There's so many things that we set on our plate to try to accomplish, but in not doing that, we look at ourselves as weaker or less than. Instead, I'd like us to look at the strengths versus the weaknesses. So if you weren't able to make it to the gym 5 days a week, how many days did you make it? Oh, you made it twice a week. That's awesome. Good job. 2 days is better than nothing, and that 2 days will build up momentum if we keep that going consistently. Again, maybe you didn't eat clean all week, but you still ate cleaner than you did the previous week. That's a strength right there. We progressed from the previous week. So again, if we can focus on the strengths, because we all have them, it's just a matter of us looking at them, visualizing them, and continuing them. And remember, it's all about progress over perfection. Another mindset that might start to kick in is, I'm never going to change. See, this falls into the identity that we believe we have. You might be someone who thinks, I'm not strong enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not active enough, I'm not an athlete. Well, when we come from that perspective, we're only limiting ourselves. So one thing that I try to do is visualize the person that I want to be. But here's the next thing. Don't just visualize it, believe that you are. Think that you are, behave that way. So sometimes when to give you an example, when I was starting this, I thought, I am not an athlete. How in the world am I going to go to the gym for more than 1 or 2 days a week? I can't do that. I can't run. So I had to start thinking, no, Jess, you are an athlete. How would an athlete behave? What would an athlete eat? How would an athlete go about their day? And so when we start to think of this new identity, we have to make sure that those actions follow through as well. So if we can plan out what that active person does, that athlete, and start to implement a lot of those habits, those will certainly start to change who we are, but not only that, how we see ourselves. Okay, and the last one, but this is the biggest one. What is the point? Why am I doing this? See, here's where a lot of us run into trouble. We forget the why. One thing that I like to do is write down my why, have it in a visible place where I can see it. I can constantly be reminded, because if it's out of sight, it's out of mind. So I try to do the opposite to where I'm visually aware of it on a constant basis. Here's where some of us might run into trouble though. Let's say we have that why, but that why isn't so powerful anymore. It doesn't really stir us. It doesn't shake us. It doesn't move us. So we've got to take a step back and think, okay, what was the reason I did this in the beginning? I might need to dig a little bit deeper. I might need to dig into those emotions and why I got to my lowest point and why I'm wanting to change from that point and the person that I'm wanting to become. So if we can reassess how we're looking at it and why, but if we need to, some of us might have to dig a little bit deeper and write that down so that we have it on a daily basis. Okay, friends, like I said in the beginning, this was just a quick little check-in to keep everyone motivated for the new year. I want us to keep going. We made that goal for the new year. We want to be a better, healthier version of ourselves. So please, friends, let us know what your resolutions are, how they're going. Tell us, drop some comments down below. How have your resolutions been going? What have you accomplished? What do you want to keep working on? And most importantly, if you need additional support, want additional accountability, go on over to fitshopnm.com. Click the contact button and one of our certified sports nutritionists will contact you for that additional support. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.